We on? We're on. Here we go again. Alright. In the beginning, tyranny is always shy. Gordon School, a private and top Skriller institution nestled in the leafy slopes of Surrey, England, has this week shuffled forward, with its eyes to the ground, the toes of one foot twiddling into the floor, its fingers interlocked and thumbs swirling about each other, and asked, "Excuse me, sir, madam, if you're not too busy, and if it's quite all right, would you mind awfully if our male students who identify as female wear skirts?" Right, okay, their choice, I suppose. Yes, fine. And by the way, the males can now also move into the female dorms if they so choose. Bit different, but okay, yes, providing it's all consensual and what have you, go right ahead. And they'll also be wearing makeup, possibly. Okay, yes, I really don't care about all this that much. Fine, go ahead. And jewellery, yes, fine. And dresses to prom, fine. And neutral bathrooms, fine. And staff will be required to address them by their preferred gender pronouns at all times. Fine. Sorry, what? Wait, no, but bye. So, this is happening. This is the world we're living in, where children are permitted to invent words and then permitted to insist that we address them by these words. Welcome. Now, let's begin to resist. Our efforts should be twofold. First, we must make it plain that we have zero objections to someone believing that they are Z or they or a poached egg. But second, and before the opposition has even been allowed to draw breath, we must make it clear that we will not be made to use their words. We will not be forced to respect this. And before you ask, if the policy of Gordon School becomes the norm in our country, we will be forced to use their words. Let no one be naive enough to believe themselves protected by their right to speak freely. In the UK, free speech, real free speech in the Miltonian sense, is a myth. If someone claims that your misuse or challenging of their pronouns is motivated by hatred of their gender, the police will be recording a hate incident. You heard that right. Claims your misuse or challenging of. The Association of Chief Police Officers, or ACPO for short, and the Policing Best Practice Guidance is absolutely clear. Quote, "Evidence of an offence is not a requirement for a hate incident to be recorded. There is no evidential test as to what is or is not a hate crime. A hate incident, rather. I'll come on to that in a second. Merely that someone perceives that a hate incident has occurred." End quote. Now, how long do you think it's going to take the professional victims to unwrap this gift? In fairness, however, an incident doesn't carry the same legal weight as a crime. But ultimately, even this isn't much comfort, because the ACPO guidance also stipulates that, quote, "An offence, hate crime, should be recorded in accordance with the National Crime Recording Standards and the Home Office Counting Rules," end quote. And under Class 9B of the Home Office Counting Rules for public order offences, a person, quote, "who is in a public or private place with intent to cause a person harassment, alarm or distress, and who uses threatening, abusive or insulting words or behaviour, or displays any writing, sign or other visible representation which was threatening, abusive or insulting," end quote, "shall be guilty of an offence under Section 4A of the Public Order Act 1986 and Section 3.1 of the Crime and Disorder Act 1998. So, in summary, and in the interest of concision, if someone challenges the idea of a person being able to attach themselves to one of 58 or whatever it's up to this week, different sets of pronouns, and if the person being challenged considers the challenger's words to be, quote, "abusive or insulting," unquote, then the challenger may find themselves guilty of hate speech. Solution? Don't let these words infiltrate our culture without interrogation. Well, actually, the real solution would be to help me abolish all hate speech laws altogether. But in the meantime, no infiltration without interrogation will have to do. If we don't, if we fail to scrutinise this alien language, if we offer our respect without condition, if we allow our politeness to supersede our reason, the words of this island will be weaponised against us. This would not only be a blockade to progress, but also something worse, much worse. It would be a defamation of history. Listen for a moment. Come closer to me. You may be able to hear it. There it is, the low rumble and grind of Mr. Milton revolving in his box. Cheers.